Hey there people, Ryan White for High Point Music, and today we're going to be looking at John Mayer's Clarity. So I'm going to do a quick demo before we get started to show you people what we've got coming up. So I've chosen to incorporate a lot of the other instrumental parts into this guitar tutorial for you all because I think it's really important for guitarists, because there is so much versatility with our instrument, to have a good understanding of how other instruments can act within the ensemble setup. So that's really important because you might come into another ensemble where there might be another guitar player, so you've got to look at some other areas in which you can get into the mix. So hopefully all this stuff is going to be really beneficial, not only for learning a cool tune, but also adding tons of skill to your musicianship. With all that said and done, people, let's jump into this demo and kick start the lesson. So 3, 4 round, 3, 4 round. We've got this piano part right here. 3, 4 and then the horns, 2, 3, 4, 3 and 4 and 2, 3, 4, then the rhythm guitar, then the main guitar line, and then our bridge. So 2, 3, 4. And we'll speed this up for the sake of our demo. And then this really cool little outro line. And of course, the chorus, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. So you can see there we've got a whole heap to get through, and we've incorporated all those other sounds and parts of the arrangements that are being played by melodic instruments. We're going to put that on our guitar for the benefits that I mentioned in the intro. Just before we get into our lesson, people, if you would like to support us, hit that subscribe button. Support links are below in the description as well. If you want to request content, hit us up via the comments, or if you want my help one-on-one, that's all down below as well. So intro is out of the way. Let's get into our lesson. So this first part we've got, okay, that really nice airy, floaty piano part right there. So our first chord shape that we're going to need is our first finger playing the 7th fret on the D, the G, and the B strings, just like that. And then we're going 1, 2, 3, like that. And then 4 is our 3rd finger coming in on the 9th fret. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, moving on to the next part. Once you've got that under your fingers, we've got our 4th finger, hold that same shape. 4th finger comes onto the 10th fret there, okay, on the A string. And then what we do is we're just going 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is your A, your D, your B, and your G strings right there. So 3, 4. So those two parts just repeat. We'll put that together nice and slowly. So 3, 4, and 3, 4, and 3, 4, and 3, 4. So once you've got that under your fingers and it's sounding nice and airy, we're going to look at these horn parts. So what we've got coming up is this part here. So 2, 3, 4, 3 and 4, and 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we take our first finger, place it on the 6th fret on the G and the B strings there, and we're striking those two strings and sliding in just like that. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, and on the end of 4, we're hitting that G note there. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it's more of a 16th note, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and those notes there, we've got a minor third, are our third finger there on the C sharp, 11th fret on the D string, and our first finger is on the 9th fret there on the G string. So nice and steady, so we've got slide from the 6th to the 7th, 2, 3, 4, hit the 8th fret there, nice and stabby, and then, okay, those two notes there on the 11th and the 9th fret. So a few times nice and slowly, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and slow it right down for you people. And last one coming up here is 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we've got that bit under our fingers. The next little part is just an add-on and extension to what we currently have. So the second time through this is just 2, 3, 4. You hit it twice and then you go. So you've got the option there of sliding, okay? If your slides are really, really tight and you can articulate that nicely. But if not, I'd recommend just putting those, actually hitting into each note or collection notes there. So. Okay, so I'll put that together. It's just from your 9th with your first finger back to your 7th and then back up. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2, 3, 4. Alright, quick recap on both the parts there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay people, so this brings us to the next section of the tune, which is the rhythm guitar part. I'm going to do a demo and then we're going to show how we're going to break it down. So. Super percussive, really cool guitar part. I've noticed John Mayer researching this video. He played it one time I watched it. He was doing an acoustic, or he was playing an acoustic, I should say. The other time he was actually playing an electric and strumming with a pick. So I've gone with the acoustic version here because I think there's a lot of added extras in terms of learning how to percussively hit our instrument in this way. So let's jump in on our left hand, get the chords sorted. So there's two chord shapes we've got here. A G major 7. So just quickly, we've got our first finger on the 3rd fret on the E string. Our second finger goes on the 3rd fret on the B string. Our 4th finger goes on the 4th fret on the D. And our 4th finger, it goes on the 4th fret on the G string like that. Okay, our first finger is laying across the A string to mute it there, and then we're just strumming those top 5. Okay, as far as our right hand goes, there's a little bit going on here, but I've broken it down into 3 really simple steps for you people to digest it and get it under your fingers. Step number 1 is we're applying thumb on the bass string on the E. First is on the D string, second is on the G, third finger is on the B. Okay, so let's go through these steps. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we've got thumb on the bass, those 3 together, and then a percussive hit like that. So that should be reasonably straightforward for a lot of you players out there. The next bit, a little bit more complex, because what we're doing is we're doing some percussive hits. I'll show you what that is. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that second part, really straightforward. So we're just relaxing the pressure on our left hand to mute the string there to get that sort of slappy sound. Same thing on the D string there, and then the G and the B are being hit like that. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then we put the pressure back on our left hand. 4, 5. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so let's put this together nice and slowly with the first part so you guys get a good look at it. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So once you've got those first two steps really comfortable, the third step is really simple because we're just adding 2 more hits to that. The only thing we need to look out for here is the rhythm in which we're actually doing it. So 3, 4, and a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. And the trick with these is we want it to be percussive. I think it sounds better if you're playing along with the track to have your fingers relaxed on your left hand so you get that real snappy percussive sound. You might just want to put the chord down and just mute it, just so you've got a bit of tonality there. I'm going to leave that one in your very capable hands out there, people. So we're just going to go through, show you how those last 2 hits fall into what we've already done. So 3 and 4, and a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Cool. So it sounds a lot more complex than it is, but if you break it down into those 3 parts, I'm certain you people out there will be able to digest it, practice it up, and get that going added into your skill set. Now, very important step here, get it good on one chord if you're new to this type of finger picking and playing, because then once you're comfortable with your right hand, all you have to do, it's going to be a lot easier to add the second chord in. So the next bit, party people, is we've got our D major, just a straight D major triad here. So your first finger's on the 5th fret, your third finger's on the D, the G, and the B right there. Alright, so with our left, or right hand I should say, we've got our thumb on the A string, and the 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd fingers remain on the same strings. So same picking pattern applies. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Alright, let's jam that together. So 3, 4, and a 1. That percussive hit really reminds me of just a wicked bass player, just putting in like a nice pop or a slap there, but it's got a great feel to it, that rhythm guitar part, so something really cool to practice up. Now with that heavy lifting out of the way, that leads us into the next section of the tune, which is that very iconic guitar part. Nice and open, nice and airy, and above all very impactful. So 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So just using some nice triads here. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Alright, so what I did in that demo there was the first time through he just plays it very straight, which I demonstrated the first run through that. Second time where it's nice little transition there, that will get you into the bridge section. So very simple, people. Place your first finger on the 3rd fret on the B string. What we're going to do here is open G string is going to play our G note. Our first finger on the B string is going to be playing the D there, and then place your second finger on the 4th fret on the B. So 1, 2, 3, like that. Pretty straightforward there. Second triad we've got coming up, people, is our D major triad here. So your 3rd finger's on the 7th fret on the G, your 4th finger goes on the 7th fret on the B string, your 1st finger is on the 5th fret on the A, and again with our notes we're going G string, E to B. Same rhythm applies. 2, 3, 4. Alright, let's put those two together, see what they sound like. So 2, 3, 4. Okay, so very nice there. Next step, people, is just to go back to the first triad you've got right there. So that's first step, second step, third step, and then the fourth step is this. Okay, so really nice collection of 3 notes using the major 7 here. So it's got your first finger on the 7th fret on the G, your third finger's on the 9th on the E string, and I use my 4th finger on the 10th fret on the B string. So just putting that together quickly. 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that's the first bit, sounding really, really nice. The second bit, which I played in that demo. So this is all the same. Same with this. Except this changes. So what we've got going on is we play the 7th fret here. Okay, on the G string. The A on the 10th fret on the B string. 7th fret on the B string there, so then we come up to the 9th on the G and then back to there where we started from, okay? So they're the notes. I'll show you that variation. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. What we're going to do now is we're going to jump in and check out the chorus section. So, which is this part. I've just combined a few of the instruments or the chordal instruments in the track. So I'll demo it and then I'll show you people what's going on. So 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 2, 3, 4. We've got our first finger on the 7th fret, third finger on the 9th fret there. Okay. And we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and just hammering on like that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and like that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and then from that point we're just going to our A major bar chord here up to a B minor. So if you're not familiar with an A major bar chord, first finger covering all 6 strings there, second finger comes in on the 6th fret on the G string, your third finger's coming in on the 7th fret on the A, your fourth finger's coming in on the 7th fret on the D. Okay, playing that, and then to get that to your B minor shape, you slide that shape up 2 frets, remove your second finger, okay? Really, really simple application, so 1, 2. Let's put this part all together now. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 2. So that's nice and slow for you people. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3, 4 and last one. 2, 3, 4. So now we find ourselves moving into the bridge section after looking at the chorus. Now the bridge section is in contrast to the rest of the tune because it's using some really nice major 7 voicing. So it's got a bit of a jazzy feel, and the horn lines, add to that jazzy feel. And it's, again, this whole tune has a character of being open and airy. So I'll demo the part, which I've thrown together for the bridge section, then we'll break it all down. 3, 4 and F major 7, 3, 4, B flat 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, F major 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so starting off, people, we're going to need these 3 chord shapes here. So F major 7, 4th finger on the 8th, 3rd finger on the 7th fret, 1st finger making a bar across the G, the B and the E. F major 7, bottom 5 strings. Second chord, we're going to need a B flat major 7 that looks and sounds like this. Fourth finger on the 8th, third finger on the 7th fret on the G, second finger on the 6th fret on the B, your first finger goes on the 5th fret on the A, bottom 4 strings, people. Third chord is an E flat major 7. Okay, so first finger here on the 6th fret, third finger on the B flat, which is your 8th fret on the D string, second finger goes on the 7th fret on the G, fourth finger goes on the B string right there. Okay, we're aiming at the middle 4 strings right there. Cool, so let's look at how we're going to apply these. So rhythm just in the opening, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, really, really simple, just letting them ring out. With the E flat, it gets a little bit trickier because you've got that option of, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, short here on the E flat. So if you want to incorporate that little line I'm about to show you, just hit your E flat nice and short. Okay, so what we're going to do, that little line is, it's always with jazzy lines, it's always nice to slide into it, okay? So all I'm doing there is sliding into the 7th fret, okay, on the G string, like that. 6th fret, 7th fret, so 1, 2, 3, like that. Once you've done those 3 notes, we go back to this chord shape or a little interval here, which is our first on the 5th, second finger on the 6th fret on the B, and we'll slide that up 2 frets. Okay, so that's 2, 3, this shape here. Alright. And then to finish that off, you're just going those 2 notes there. So 7th fret on the G, 5th on the G. And you repeat it twice. So putting it in, you go 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what it sounds like. So it's cool to incorporate some, chords. You got the rhythm work, and then you got the horns coming in with those nice little lead lines. All right. After that, I've actually thrown in the melody here. I'll show you people how we're going to use those chords. So we start off with the F major 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just using our E string here to hit the A note. Second finger goes on to the 6th fret there for your B flat, and that's on beats 3 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once we've got that, we're making some stacked fourths here, which is our first finger covering the A and the D strings, okay, on the D and the G. Second finger is covering the B and the E on the 8th fret there. So that's a nice little stacked fourth there. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just move it back 2 frets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4. Last one here, people. Take that step by step, get that comfortable. Once that's feeling good under your fingers, I'll just revisit from the last 2 steps. We go these fourths, and then our B flat major 7. That's our next step. So 1, 2, 3, and then you can add your 4th finger like that to the G on the 8th fret on the B string. So 1, 2, 3, 4, stacked fourths, back 2 frets, B flat, 4th finger, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that, people. Once that is comfortable, next step is we're landing on our E flat major 7, but we're taking our 4th finger away, so like that, and we're just hitting those middle 4, okay? I'll show you how that, I'll play it through in context so you can hear the melody in amongst these chord shapes first. So we're doing there is hitting those middle 4 strings, and then once we've got that, our B string, this 4th finger comes into play. So we're hitting the B and the E together and hammering the 4th onto the E string there, okay? So, and then removing it. So 1, 2, 3, remove for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put that together, okay? So F, 2, 3, 4, 4th, B flat, and let it ring. 2, 3, 4, F, 2. Alright, if you want to be super tricky with this, you could add that in there where the space is. So you go, let it ring, and then back to your F. That's if you want to give yourself a bit of a challenge, combining those bits. Now effectively, you do that twice, and on the second time through, after you've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, we just move that chord shape down 2 frets to D flat, and we apply the exact same process. The middle 4, okay, the same hammer on, and just let it ring. So I'll put the whole thing together for you people. So 3, 4, and F major. Ready to go to D flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, home stretch people, last thing that we're going to need to look at for this lesson is we're going to look at a really cool horn line that features just as we transition from the bridge that we just learnt into the chorus. So that, to give you guys a bit of context, we'll go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Alright, so that's the part right there. Let's jump in and have a look at it. The first 3 notes on our 7th fret. So we've got our D string on the 7th, 3rd finger's on the 9th fret on the D, and then our 1st finger's on the 7th fret on the G right there. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that 4, 5 people is just on the 7th to the 9th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once that's feeling comfortable, you're feeling good with it, next little bit we're going to look at. So that's coming in from the 7th fret on the A, and we're going 7, 9, 9. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to slow that right down, put them both together because it's important to be able to attach them both together, have them in context. So 3, 4 round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So moving into the second half of this horn line, we've got really dig in with this one. Really lay and get that funky feel there. So effectively, breaking it all down, people, we're going sliding up to the 9th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 to your 9th, 7th, 9th, 4, we've got the 7th to the 9th there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we've got a slight weight after that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one here. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this last little bit. Okay, so it's hammering on from your 7th to your 9th there. Hammering on, pulling off there on the string below, 7th to your 9th. And then back to your 9th fret to finish off. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. That's really awkward to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Da, 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 boom. Let's put that together slowly, the second half. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so again, get that comfortable, get really confident in the notes and the rhythms. Now we're going to put the whole thing together, people. So 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, last one, and 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So that brings us to the end of our tutorial on Clarity by John Mayer. So a lot of interesting parts, a lot of interesting approaches in which we're using our guitar to learn the roles of the other instruments in the arrangement, but one I know is going to be hugely beneficial for you people. Take your time, get it under your fingers. If you have any questions about our tutorial today, hit me up in the comments section. Always love hearing feedback, and if there's things that you would like explained better or other external or accessory content we can add to this video to help you get these ideas on your fingers, I'm more than happy to help you people out there. Again, if you want to support us, subscribe, support links below, and if you'd like to request content or get my help one-on-one, all that information is below. A lot of fun, people, putting this one together. I look forward to getting into the requests from you people, putting together more content for you, and I'll catch you guys in those videos. Until then. All right, so the next section